Hello guys, I hope you're all doing okay. So I want to talk about Mary Queen of Scots because I always get drawn back to this magnificent lady who I feel very connected to. So I was being drawn to go into a certain place the other day. When I look on like booking.com, which I freaking love booking.com, I just go where I'm drawn to. I always go with intuition and where I'm guided. I don't really listen to anyone. I just go, right, I'm guided there. And at the moment, I am very drawn to Cumbria. I seem to be directed down there. And yesterday I was looking at different places and I'm going through things. And what happens with me is I look at something, go off it, look at something else, but always get drawn back to it. And I got drawn back to this place. And I was looking at the area and it was called Maryport. And I was drawn to it because my grandmother was called Mary. And I just kept getting the word Mother Mary. And then I was just like, I don't know what it is, but I always get drawn to the name Mary. If your name's Mary, beautiful name. And Maryport, I was like, this is really drawing me. This is really pulling me in. And it was really weird because I was like, should I go, shouldn't I go? And then I got a sign to go. And the place that I'm staying at, it's a lovely little place. And do you know, I was thinking, I wonder if I can bring my friend who's a healer, but she probably won't be able to go because she's got commitments here. Anyway, luckily she's coming with me because we work really, really well together. She's an amazing healer and she's going to come with me to Spain at the end of this month to do some spiritual work, to do some card readings and healing. She's just an amazing human being. And her mother was called Mary. It's just, and it was only after I'd booked it that Tarot Noir said to me, I lived 10 minutes from there. And I was like, no way did you? You know, years ago, I didn't know. And then she said, do you know that Mary Queen of Scots came over to Cumbria and I think she hid in a cave or something. And she actually was held in, Kerwin Castle, which is 10 minutes from Maryport. And then I think she stayed in Carlisle and then she was taken back to London, if I'm right. If I got this wrong, I don't know. But the really funny thing is at the side of my bed, I have a lot of books at the side of my bed of people that I'm interested in because I'm not really a reader. I get very distracted. I can't read. I've got dyslexia. I struggle with reading. But this is the book that I have at the side of my bed because I absolutely love this lady. I love what she stood for. I love her passion. I love the way she loved her people. She was a leader. She was a true leader. And, you know, when I think about her passing and what happened to her, it makes me want to cry. It really does. It's really interesting because her true love, I think, was Frances. And my grandmother was called Frances. I think her mother-in-law was Catherine. My godmother was called Catherine. She had one son. I have one son. She had a skin disease. I think it was psoriasis or eczema. I have a skin disease. It's just, do you know, when you look at the similarities and you think, wow. But I've always felt connected to Mary Queen of Scots. I've always felt so drawn to her story. And I think she was part of, did she marry into the Stewart family? And one of my ex's surname was Stewart. It's just so many crazy things. It's bizarre. But yeah, when I went up to Stirling Castle, where there was the church there where her son was baptized and I went in there, she was so connected to God. So connected. When I tune into her devotion to God was so strong, even up to the end when she passed. Her strength, her courage, and how courageous she was when she was executed. She held that her faith right until the end, and that gave her the strength to get through that passing, which was just so sad. That I've always said, all the good ones, you know, why does it happen to the good ones? Why? And she fought and she fought and she fought for what was right and wrong. yeah, she was a true warrior. She was a true warrior, that lady. And I feel her essence is here now. I feel it's here so strong. These strong women leaders that are going to come into the world and take over. These are the kind of like energies of like Joan of Arc and, you know, Mary Queen of Scots, you know, these great leaders who have never been forgotten and who carry such passion, strength, wisdom, and connection to the divine, connection to God. And they stand by what they believe. They will even, like, you know, when you think about William Wallace, people like that will even die for their beliefs. That's how strong they believe in the people and they believe in what's right. And whenever I tune into these sort of people, I get really, really emotional. Because of the injustice that was done to her, and I feel like I want to keep bringing her name up and keep talking about her because she is one of the greats. And you know, if we can get some kind of strength from that she did whatever she could for the right reasons, we have to take that and use that in how we go forward in the future, of like, always stand by your beliefs, always stand your ground, always do the right thing, always have that moral compass, always you know, stand in your values, even if it goes against what other people think, even if it can cause you some distress in life and discomfort. You know, it doesn't matter, because you have to go by your beliefs, because if you don't, you're going against your human design and what you're here for. And it will grind on you if you do things that you know is against everything you believe in. And in life, I feel like a lot of things in my life, I've always stood up for the underdog. I've always stood up for what's right, and it's caused me a lot of problems in my life, and it's caused me a lot of problems in my relationships as well, because, you know, I challenge people, I challenge things that I don't think are right, and it can get you into trouble. And it got this lady into, you know, a lot of trouble where she sadly was executed, but she never backed down. And that's the message that I need to give you. Don't back down against what you believe in. It's so, so important, because you are the real heroes in life. You are the true heroes. And in the end, you will be known as a courageous person who stood up for what was right. And I'm going to continue doing that. And I know there's so many people on TikTok who are doing this. And I think you are the real heroes. You are the true hidden gems. Forget what everybody else is doing. Let them crack on. But just keep doing this, what you're doing, because in the long game, you will succeed and you will win. You know, it may be times where you want to give up. Maybe times you want to just retreat, and you know, you may feel defeated, but don't, because she never did. And you know, at the end of the day, you know, you're doing the right thing. You can go to sleep at night with a clear conscience. Isn't that the best thing ever? To know that everything you're doing it for your grandkids, for your next generation, to leave your mark on this world, to leave your legacy in this world, because you were always known as the wise one, the courageous one. And when you sit down with your grandkids, you can say that. You can say, I never hid, I never backed down, I would never ever let people do this to me and like kind of cower. You never cowered. You know, you can hold your head up high and tell that your grandkids. And I want to be one of those that says, you know what, I fought for you. Even when I lost everything, I fought for you, and I will still carry on fighting. And I just want to give that message of hope to people. She was a courageous one. And I just think that we need to commend these sort of leaders in life, because she was powerful. She was very, very powerful, and she will always carry that powerful essence through you. She will work through you. So take care, guys, and have a great day. I just wanted to give this on Mary Queen of Scots, one of the best leaders I've ever channeled. Take care.